Page 17, Minuetto. It's a theme from a movement in a symphony by Haydn. Very famous melody though. 3/4 time, 3 counts in a measure, quarter note gets a count, and we got 16th notes, so it's going to be 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3 eanda. 1 sharp again in the key signatures, G major or it's E minor. Let's look at the end. You're here. That's a G major chord. I'm guessing this is in a G major. Make sure you can do the scales on those 2 keys. Work this out one hand at a time because make sure, and I play it all connected here. It's here. 3 eanda, 3 eanda, 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 1 eanda, 2. 4th finger each time. This is just a regular chromatic scale. There's other fingerings we could use here, but this is fine. We need practice in the chromatic scale fingering. So we're starting with 2nd, but otherwise we're using 3rd finger. I mean, you could come across with 3rd finger if you wanted to. And use 3rd finger on all of them, so whatever. The whole piece is sort of that rhythm over and over with different notes. You go through and put together, and as I said, connect everything at first. And then once you can do that, go back through and get rid of the hesitations. Wherever you're hesitating, not allowed. It's like in the last line. You're here. You got to put the thumb on that. 3 and you got broken chords here. It's here. And 4. This is just a G major scale. From the last note and right before the last 2 measures here. So if you can do the G major scale, that sort of thing, it just happens. If you can't do the scale, this will be a struggle for you to get these smooth and even. Been there, done that. Ugh. So you go through and put the hands together, then go back through and get rid of the hesitations. But don't cheat the quarter notes. Remember, those are full quarter notes. So don't go. No, those are full quarter notes. 1 eanda, 2 eanda. 1, 2, 3, 1. That same feel. It's a little easier when you get down to the 3rd line and the broken chords. 8th notes help it. So if it will help you to get, if you're struggling with this rhythm, then learn these last 2 lines first, because the broken chords can help keep it even. Rhythmically even. And once you can do that, then go ahead and do the articulation. These staccatos are all hinge at the wrist and short. And the tenuto line on the 1st note of the second, hang on to that the full time. Don't accent it necessarily. It gets a natural accent because it's the 1st beat of a measure. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Want to feel that, but don't force it. Just hang on to it for the full count. Maybe just a hair longer. You get the idea. I hope. Just go and put in the staccatos and the accents and stuff. Now, when you get to the 3rd and 4th lines with the 8th note, the broken chords in the left hand, connect them all together. Don't do it 1 measure at a time. Connect it all the way through. You can't connect it here, so you have to lift up. Same thing with the last. Connect both of these measures. Connect all that together. That, in my opinion, that slur line should have gone all the way across. Now the dynamics apply to the right hand. That's melody. Loud, whatever you think loud is. Keep the left hand soft. And now when you get down to the 3rd line, suddenly it's soft, because the 1st note's loud, now soft. Left hand's very soft. Stay soft in the last 2 measures. You're going to go back up to loud. Start it, the next to the last measure, start it soft. It's like 1 beat at a time. Soft, medium, loud, loud. So soft, medium soft, medium loud, loud. They put an accent on the loud. I disagree with that. I would not accent it, just play it loud. Because if you accent it, it makes it very loud. You don't need it very loud. It kind of ruins the atmosphere of the piece, in my opinion, to suddenly have a loud note on this. This has been very graceful. It's like a dance, a hoity-toity dance, and I'm not going to suddenly go boom at the end. Speed-wise, well, vigoroso, vigorously, with intent. How fast can you do these 16th notes evenly? Because they have to be controlled. So however fast you can do that, that'll probably tell you how fast you can take the piece. There is a repeat at the bottom, so you'd play it twice, and this time you do not go up in the right hand, you just play it twice right where you're at. And something I didn't mention here is look out. They didn't give you all the dynamic indications you need, and music seldom does. The dynamic indications is sort of helping you out with the interpretation. That's what they're about. You got to get to know it well enough that you can feel these dynamics. If you look at the end of the second line, you see a crescendo. You're already loud. Where are you going to go? So I suggest you come down to moderately soft to moderately loud and go back up to loud. So just here, right there, right there. Just go back up to loud there is what I'm suggesting. It's interpretation. It's up to you on how you feel it and how you want to play it. It is normal in music. When you repeat something, you play it all again, that you change something. So you're not playing it twice exactly the same way, and that again is where interpretation comes in. A lot of times the composer will suggest changes. They didn't here, there's nothing. So it's up to you. Well, make it the dynamics. Like at the end of the second line, maybe the second time you play it, you go up to very loud, you know. There, go up to very loud, and they think, wow, and then all of a sudden you're soft. Just change something, and you can't change notes, you can't change the rhythm. That's all kind of hardcore, you got to do it. But the articulation and the dynamics, the inflection, the feeling, sometimes the tempo, you can change different things. You don't have to change a lot, just one thing will do, but try and think of something you can play a little different the second time around. I mean, in the others, the right hand went up an octave. Well, that changed it right there. We didn't need to do anything else because it was done for us. Here, we got to figure out something. I'd like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. I will do the staccatos, and we will do it twice. So I'll give us 2 counts. Ready, go, boom. And then we boom together. Yeah. So the metronome's on quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Like so. So let's try it at that speed and see if we can do it that fast. Ready, go E and a. Rest and. Rest. Rest. Repeat. Rest. Rest. Rest.